clashing of teeth and everything else. This is OCC.
Clashing of teeth. Oh, God.
Gnashing of teeth with some clashing of teeth. So this is OCC. This is match day 4. I'm excited. A win puts us back at the top and actually gives us clear air between everyone below us. A draw leaves us second, and a loss, while not completely devastating, really does hurt our chances of winning the title. So we'll have a quick look at the Elves. I think we've still got 4 left, so that'll be fun. Yeah, there is indeed 4 Elves left. So, yeah, there's the Elves. And we are playing against Berserk. Berserk? I'll let Zerk have it.
Best possible matchup now.
This is against Dwarves, Orcs. And there's lots of them. And they're about 450 TV above us. So I expect this to go horribly wrong, if I'm honest.
I'll say hello to everybody whilst we're getting all excited about watching High and Mighty lose again. Blackburn, good evening. Hello, Burner. Hello, Aratok. Nice to see you. Leo Zara is in here. Monty's little tosser. Alter Ego. Hello. Doman's with us. Shifty Shaft. Bloody Greek. Duderino. Hello, mate. You're still working at OD? Still working at OD? Niall is here. Niall will be talking about the game Promise. KLZD. Hello, bud. And Aratak, cheers 100 for High Elf Genocide. Well, best possible matchup for the High Elves, Aratak. So I think you may be in for a treat because Berserk's Orcs really going to be favourites for this, haven't they? Just between us, they are, aren't they? Sorry, Andre.
Yeah. Shifty Shaft, if you're in, if you want to leave again, that'd be great. I saw what you sent me on WhatsApp. I assume that's from our much. From Matt, Mr. Longstaff. Yeah. And if you check your emails, you'll see just before I left work, I sent an email to a few people admitting I was wrong. And that doesn't happen every day of the week. So you want to scamper off and have a look at that, you'll enjoy yourself. Dickhead.
What about?
I'm not wrong, it's just the rest of the world's wrong. Unfortunately, the rest of the world is more than me. And so we're going to have to do it the way the rest of the world needs it done. Which is very disappointing because they're all wrong, of course. Yeah.
What's the expression you talking about?
Right. So I came up with a way of training a specific set of people, and I've been proved that it doesn't work. Not because I'm wrong, just because everyone else can't cope with the intensity. So I've got to do it in a less efficient manner. Basically.
Oh, that's cleared that up. Hello, Hotspurn. Hi, Mipper. It hasn't cleared it up. I just got bored. So, anyway.
Anyway, you've just anywayed me. Fucking hell.
Yep.
You.
Indeed.
Fucking hell.
What the world can that be?
Fuck.
I was watching one of your solo shows today.
Yeah.
As per the telephone message left you that you probably haven't listened to.
No, not yet. No.
Bother, not anymore. You're here now. Do you know, I've got to do a lot of detective work to figure out when we're actually on. So isn't it amazing that I'm here? Because it's not like you actually told me.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I should have done.
We might be on Friday. I'll let you know, is what you said.
Well, yeah, but so I didn't let you know. I was like, so that means we're on, right?
So I rang you and WhatsApp messaged you. Neither of which you replied to.
Well, unbelievable. Sometimes I just a bit busy.
Well, Sage asked this evening in our group Discord chat, "Are you boys streaming tonight?" So of course I had to reply, "Your guess is as good as mine, but if you find out first, let me know." And he said he would. So,
yeah, funny.
Well, you should tell me. Anyway,
unbelievable.
Yes, enough of that. Right, what's going on? Oh, Ducky's arrived. Hello, Ducky. There's Marsum. Hi, mate. Hi, puppy. Ciao, bello.
I don't know any catches. This is well slow, this team now.
Gerzady says, I just feel like if you can get to stream on short notice, then he thinks you earn too much money. Well, it's Friday. Friday's the new Saturday for me, Gerzady. It's a day off. So, And the thing is, short notice would be great. This is no notice. This is just guessing because Andy had a match scheduled that he might turn up. So, this is no notice at all, anyway.
It's not no notice. We agreed it on Tuesday.
We didn't say what time.
Oh, okay. 7.
Honestly, you've been very tiresome today.
Oh, thanks very much. What was your voicemail? Hello, Hogan.
Well, it was 2 parts to the voicemail. One is, what time are we on?
Yeah.
And the second is, Marsam. In fairness to Andy Darvo, he did post on Facebook that he was streaming tonight. No, he didn't. That was me. That was me guessing that we would because he'd got games arranged. So, no, he didn't. Anyway, let's not get bogged down in Andy's couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Let's focus on the High Elves and how they're getting on. Recent watchers of the High Elves will have noticed that they've had a few of their number trimmed recently. However, we still have the services of Geeks, the Blitzer, who is the only decent player on the team in my book. Hotspur says, is this UK public? No, this is OCC Championship. This is top tier for the title Coca-Cola. So this is actually important.
Yeah.
What did the message say? Yeah, it basically said a mixture of what time are we on? So we've covered that, I think.
Now.
Yeah, we've covered that. And the other part of it was just to say I was watching your solo stream of your TBBL game. And I thought you did quite a good job of the stream there. It was pretty good.
Thanks very much.
Well done.
Blitz!
God. Which brings us on to...
It's not my fault, right? It's not my fault.
I'm not even going to go there. I mean, what's the point? Hello, Flux Streamer. G'day, Bucket Bong. Jimmy Jim's here. Hello, Jim. How you doing? Oh, KLZD's taking a break from Champ's Ladder. Why? What's up, mate? I mean, I can guess because, you know, it's Champ's Ladder. Everybody needs a break from that, right? So, you've got a blitz. Unfortunately, the ball's going to land right by Curry, the Orc throw, who's actually quite good. What's he got? Kick-off return, fend, blodge, tackle. That's not a bad player, actually, is it?
It's not. No, right. Sorry. What I'm currently working out is where I'm going to put everyone, because that's actually
the hard bit is what you'd ideally like to do is move Shaq the Black Orc, the one stood on the halfway line by himself, but he's strength 5. So moving him, not quite so trivial. The only other options involve running the slightly longer way round, which means you can't quite get to the ball. I'd still think about trying to move Shaq anyway. Maybe. You could have hypnoed Shaq, couldn't you?
I could, but then he's going to get hit in the face. What I'm planning on...
Yeah, good point.
What I'm going to do is run a load of players forward. So you can go there, 1, 2, 3.
Michael, good evening. Nice to see you.
Oh, the machine's in, is he? Excellent.
Oh dear, Mike's just lost his first game. What, you know, CC, you're at match day 1, Mike. Are you in? I don't know. Is there a conference in OCC these days? Can't remember. Okay, so you now still can pile a bunch of elves forward, and the ideal situation here is that you can separate the ball from the Black Orcs, because one of the things that Orcs are particularly great at is getting split up. Now, the question is, can you get enough elves behind the Black Orcs to actually cause the ball a problem.
Yeah, that's the
Or say
challenge.
the ball a problem, more Curry the Orc holding the ball a problem. The ball itself probably doesn't mind. I don't know, we haven't asked it. But you get my meaning. You know what I mean? Oh, I see what you mean, Mike. Mike's just lost his first match. It's the first match that he's lost, not the first match he's played. Right, not bad, not bad. Oh, Diodora has just resubbed for 2 months in a row. Diodora, thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated, Elbean. Can I talk to you yet? Are you deep
I'm
in
deep in
concentration?
thinking thoughts.
Okay. You carry on then, old son. Oh, now I want to say got one. Go on, Gigs.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm cheating a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm using up all the clock to make us think. I could just pile this on, you know. Could just pile
Yeah,
on.
why not?
Because it
I'd
doesn't.
probably kill him.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference.
Oh, Mystic Zunk a bit off the money there. Unlucky. So, Curry the Orc can pick the ball up and then move 4 squares. Do you know what I think he might do? Is consider handing off to the nearest blitzer and then relocating the ball using him, perhaps. Risky, but if he doesn't...
Oh, come on!
Oh, God.
Why?
Really? That was unlucky, wasn't it? Oh, look, hello, Gruff, how you doing? Niar's a big fan of the pirouette piling on animation that Geek did there. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Didn't work, but looked good. Marcus, yeah, Marcus, shush, man. Now look what's happened. Two go, the Elves knocked out. Oh, well.
Yeah, so my opponent hasn't moved yet and I only got player 11 within 10 players.
But positionally, you've given him something to think about. I mean, he could knock over one, bring him back. To be honest, you know, if this was me, I think I would blitz Amdir line elf, the one, the northernmost elf here. Pick the ball up, run it west, and then try and move the Black Orcs such as they can, 2 end ones perhaps back, and he can make a cage. Pretty much. Do you see where the orc head icon is on the pitch? Just kind of where his mouth is. Put the ball there. That's, I think, what I'd like to do. So let's see if we're right. Frank says, "Is this the low and puny elves of the OCC?" Well, yeah, pretty much, Frank. They're only 1 down so far. Though we haven't had much of the game yet. So, where have you been today?
Work. It's loads of fun.
Did you have a nice time?
Yeah.
Are you working tomorrow, are you?
Yeah. Because Shifty Shaft didn't want to work. Lazy shit.
So Shifty Schrath becomes Shifty Swap.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Well, it didn't. I think that was part of the problem. If it had become Shifty Swap, we'd have been alright. Lazy fucker.
So what you're saying is no stream tomorrow and it's Shifty's fault?
Yeah. Yeah. So the other 70 people in here can go back and point at Shifty Shaft and say it was him.
It's a cruel world, isn't it?
Mm.
Have you got any games tomorrow?
No, I didn't. I'm going to do some champ ladder tomorrow. So when I get home from work, we'll do some champ ladder.
Dare I ask what time that is going to be?
Yeah, I don't know yet. Probably work till about 2. I forgot to say thank you to Duradora.
Oh, Bucket Bong's got a hype bar. Are you going to sort out the blots emote?
Right. In all seriousness, the only reason the blots emote is broken is because I need reminding. Oh dear.
Right.
Oh.
I'm just reminding you. Oh, no. That is kind of one of the scenarios that we highlighted he might try. And do you remember my comment about that scenario? Do you remember what I said? We listening?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said?
No.
What did I say?
I don't know. What did you say?
I said it's not a bad idea, but not without its risks. And now look what's happened.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of risk now.
Well, there's lots of have the ball, isn't there? So full berserk. I think I'd have kept the ball on the thrower and just headed west with it, and then tried to cage up on the orc head. That would, yeah, I think that would have been safer. Bucket Bong's now at a loose end Saturday morning. Poor Shifty. Oh, he really is very annoying, Eldril, isn't he? I mean, I know he's playing for you, but he's annoying me already. Oh, geeks. That's not really what we wanted. Would you have considered pushing him the other way? Oh, no, that doesn't matter. It's all right. It's all right. I forgot he's hypnotised, so that's fine. Ali says, Eldril, best star player in the game. He's up there, isn't he? So, some context, but yep, he's certainly very annoying.
Woohoo! Yes!
Look at that. Yep, Frank suggests Silly Billy. Silly Billy's very good. Necker Ready Breck is pretty decent because he's not very expensive. He's decent. Griff's good, isn't he? Morg, of course, but very expensive Morg. Probably not worth it. I'd say actually that Grashnak for 300 thou is pretty darn handy. I've used Grashnak quite a bit, and he always does a good job. So anyway, this is going frightfully well.
It's gone all right, that actually, hasn't it? To be fair.
Well, you even got Tuco Elf back. He woke up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wolf points out Duke Luther von Idris Elba also is very good, but is he 390? I want to say.
Yeah, he's very good, but he's very expensive.
He's very expensive. Very expensive. Well, Duke Luther's rather like Eldril, but not such a wimp, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, Shaq got stunned.
Well, that's handy. Gruff likes Zara. She speaks very highly of you, Gruff.
Yeah, I think it's a two-way thing.
I worked with a lass called Zara, actually.
Yeah, but to be fair,
not the same one.
You probably didn't feature in a film with her. That'd have been Ramaset, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramaset's worked with Zara.
Another good kick as well, by the way.
Yeah, not terrible that one, is it? Not terrible. And the
The
stuns.
fact he's got kickoff return is mitigating that big time. Do you know, I was watching your Orc game in Twitch Blood Bowl League, and if you've got an Orc thrower to do the ball carrying, block kickoff return, need that ASAP, didn't you really?
You can also make potentially an argument for kickoff return just as first skill, because if it's going right, he doesn't get hit. So kickoff return to go fetch it is insane.
It helps if you're going to keep a thrower.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Nisu says, what league is this? This is... Oh, is it not the title? It isn't, is it? This is Twitch Blood Bowl League.
No.
Match day one. No, it isn't.
No.
This is... No, that's later. This is OCC. OCC Championship. The top-end division of Coca-Cola. So this proper matters. Oh, dear. Lolathor's knacked. He'll be fine.
It turns out he's fine. Lolathor!
Lolathor.
No! Lolathor! He carries a big sword around with him. He carries a fucking sword around with him.
Lolathor. It's more of a knife.
It's a fucking massive sword.
Lolathor. It's to cut the crusts off his cucumber sandwiches, isn't it? Big bunch Lolathor. Oh, a broken nail, look.
Lolathor!
Come on, everyone, we can win this. Yes, listen to Lolathor. He's got the right idea. Oh, dear. Salaron Aladrit. Who? Oh, he's a stand-in. He's knocked out. Jolly good. Matthias is here. Hello, Matthias. How you doing?
Outrageous.
Lolathor. Off we go, everyone.
Hello, Nightwind.
Where have you been, Nightwind? Good to see you, mate. Well, I've been ever so busy today. Sorted out new pension plan for continuing with my old scheme. Done that. Bought a new season ticket for the NCP. Been to see our mum.
She's 76, isn't she? 86.
76, you know.
It's an impressive record, isn't it?
Mike says what voice we were doing. It's Lolathor, the elf. Lolathor, who's just got casualtied. Say casualty. He sprained his haircut.
Sprained his haircut. Wow.
Oh, Nightwind's been paying attention to the girlfriend for a bit.
Oh, well
you
done.
old dog.
How is Ev?
Oh, shut up, Aratark. Seriously.
What did he say?
How is my mum younger than me? Ha 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 ha. 37, I'm not old.
I'm not old. Just mature.
Doing Lolathor voice again there. That's not the one. Anyway.
Oh dear. Not doing the Lolathor voice. Right, anyway.
Fanfox is right. Lolathor does sound a lot like Orville the Duck. That uncanny, that Fanfox. Well spotted.
Doesn't sound like...
doesn't he?
He does not sound like Orville the Duck.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. Now you've got me fucking doing it. Oh,
Yes,
God.
he does.
No, stop it. Fucking hell.
You named him. I didn't hire him.
The Lolathorian Invitational. We asked him to come. He came. It was a bit messy.
Nightwind, this is Coca-Cola Championship top tier champion, the championship division. So this is proper important. This is match day 4, and if the High Elves win, they cement their position at the top of the table.
Absolutely.
That's very good, Blackburn. I wish I could leap right up to the sky, but I can't. Was that Geeks there, pardon?
Yeah, it was Geeks being completely
He
inefficient.
takes a while to get warmed up, doesn't he? He'll be all right. It's not like any of the Orcs are going to come and foul him. Oh, wait. Actually, I think that very much might happen. So, back to the game. Berserk, obviously, the Orcs are rocking on their heels, having been turned over so suddenly. Now, will this coalesce them into a violent retribution, or can you get the ball back off them again? There's not really a massive amount you can do when you're Orcs to counter the threat of a deep kick, because the Black Orcs are relatively slow, and this is true of Nurgle as well. I would point out, if the ball gets kicked deep, you've really got to press forward more often than not with the Black Orcs, so that the cage is available somewhere up the field. However, that creates the problem that if the ball doesn't catch up with them real quick, you come into all sorts of problems for protecting it. So at the moment, Berserk is trying to do that job with the 4 blitzers, or 3 of the blitzers and a line orc. But you've managed to separate the 2 halves of the orc team once again. So the endemic problem of a slow team. Oddity's arrived, 8-month sub in a row. Oddity, thank you very much indeed. And hello, bud, how are you doing? Nisu says he'd love to see it at the World Championship. What are your options? Andy's covering the bases. I think he's got eight different teams that he's trying to qualify with.
True story. Fucking hell.
Oh, Oddity's new job is tiring. Oddity, I completely feel your pain, mate. New jobs are super tiring. Once you've done it for a bit, it's I think it calms down, but I'm not quite at that stage yet. Oh, Arastian's gone.
We haven't played a game yet this season in this division where my armour hasn't been completely paper. I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to beat the crap out of someone when it happens, but not yet.
You've played quite a lot of high armour teams, though, haven't you? Didn't you play Orcs last week, or certainly recently?
No, last week was Dark Elves. We played 3 games. We've played Nurgle, game 1. Last week was Churrakra. I can't remember who we played in week 2. I genuinely can't believe who killed our team in week 2. And then we turned them over right at the death.
Shifty Shaft says his job isn't tiring, but covering for slack colleagues certainly is.
I know, Nigel's absolutely fucking useless, isn't he, Shaft? Still, shouldn't say out on the stream.
Roncotius has arrived. Hi, Roncotius.
Oh, dear.
So how have you got legions of folks at your work to tune in the show? Nobody from my new place is watching us.
Oh, dear. I think
it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, a few folks have mentioned the Blodgestep Black Orc. He is quite annoying. Does he have guard as well?
No, just Blodgestep and Mighty Blow. It'd be great when he gets guard.
Oh, yeah, it'd be really annoying when he gets guard. I think it's for Black Orc. I don't think I'd take Sidestep. I think I'd stick to Stand Firm. You know we always stand firm, but I'm maybe missing something there. Pedro Jet says, what Champ Ladder team's playing? Well, we've got Nurgle and Lizards, Pedro, but one of the factors is with the World Cup going on, not so sure how many games are going to get in with the Champ Ladder teams, if you see what I mean. Because when you think about our typical week, we've got about, 15, 16 hours of streaming, something like that. So you're talking probably 12 games. Well, if Andy's doing 4 league games and I'm doing 2, and then there's World Cup games on top of that, it doesn't leave a lot of room for a Champ Ladder run to get 30 games in, if you see what I mean. Puppy says diving tackle instead of sidestep. You could, Puppy. The only drawback is that diving tackle is not that effective until you've also got tackle. And making such a Black Orc, whilst ultimately he would certainly be really effective, it's a hell of a project because you'd have to feed him touchdowns, and that's a nightmare with Black Orcs. They're slow and clumsy and blah. So I like the idea, but in practice, I think it would take forever for him to actually get useful. Wolfbark reckons don't need both tackle and diving tackle. Well, if you're trying to use the diving tackle on dodge players, Wolfbark, you kind of, it makes a hell of a difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's. I mean, I've got as far as I think 22 points on diving tackle goat on the Mortal Coil team, and he still does a job. You know, he makes elves play differently because he has diving tackle, but with tackle as well, he becomes significantly better at it. Because what'll often happen is that they'll dodge, you'll diving tackle, and then the dodge will re-roll, you know, and they're away. So you're on the floor and they're away. It's sort of double jeopardy there, if you like. That's the mechanic, isn't it, Andy? If fail the dodge, so you agree to diving tackle, then the dodge re-roll happens, and then he gets away, and you end up on the floor with him, with the opponent on his feet, right?
Sorry, I'm thinking.
You can get around that. You're right, Wolfbark, if you've got another player with tackle. Thing is, I've only got 2 tackle on that particular team. So, yes, yep, you're right. In theory, in practice, the way my team's developed so far, it's still a bit of a challenge. What I tend to like is that you mark up some expensive dodge players or critically placed dodge players with the tackle diving tackle goat, and then flank him with warriors just to make him difficult to blitz. And then over to you, elves. What do you want to do? Take the hits from the warriors or try and dodge away? Your choice. Neither of which the elves like. So, you know. Aratark says, is the dodge reroll not before the diving tackle? I don't think so, Aratark. Right. I think you've got to commit to diving tackle and then the reroll happens.
So you'll do player dodging away from diving tackle players. We take this guard guy and imagine someone's trying to dodge away from here to here. You roll the dice, and if it's an elf trying to dodge away, so normally you dodge away and you'd roll a 2+. If you roll a 3, the game will then ask the player who's got diving tackle, would you like to use diving tackle? And if you roll a 3, that would then mean you had failed. So then it will ask the player who's dodging away, do you wish to use dodge? And the player will then say yes. So you will then re-roll the dice, and you are automatically applying diving tackle next time to the other roll. If the player then rolled a 4, your player would fall over because you've used diving tackle, because you initiated the dodge, but they would get away. So that's how it works.
Excuse me. Which is basically what I said.
All right, cool.
Hooray!
Hooray! I think Geeks is going to get filed. He hasn't actually broken armor yet, Geeks. He's done 3 piling ons and hasn't broken armor on one of them.
That's put him off.
6 rolls with Mighty Blow. 6.
Do this.
8+, 6 times. No, can't do it.
Orcs.
But there armor 8 orcs because he's got Mighty Blow, whereas he's killed 1 and KO'd 3. So anyway, it should let you re-choose diving tackle. No, the reason you're causing the re-roll is because you are diving tackling, so you don't get to choose to then not use it because otherwise you already have.
I think it's coded right, Mipper. I think
it's coded
absolutely
as
right.
per
the tabletop rules. I believe.
Yeah, it's coded absolutely right.
Which brings me back around to the original point that I was making, that was talked about with Wolfbart, that having tackle on them makes basically perform significantly more reliably. But I mean, to be honest, a lot of the time, it's not the fact that you've got the opposing elves or whatever they are trying to dodge away. It's not the fact that you're making them roll the dice. It's the fact that you're threatening to make it, and they play differently because of it. It's a bit like a wizard, that the actual using the wizard is part of the equation, but a huge other part is your opponent knows you've got one. So you force your opponent to have to play slightly differently to mitigate against what if. Well, it's why diving tackle on goats is a bit more of a project. On an Orc blitzer, he's already got block, and fairly quickly you can go block, diving tackle by 16 points. Whereas a goat, you've got 6 points for the block. At 16, hypothetically, you take diving tackle, so you're at 31 by the time you're at the same stage. So it's just that bit longer. Anyway. Fascinating nonetheless. So Berserk making a pretty decent cage there. Now what will be occurring to Berserk is he's got to get up the pitch lickety split, what with Orcs being a little bit sluggish in that. So hence you can see he's starting to make this screen. That wasn't very nice. Oh dear, Geeks is off. What did we say when Geeks piled on? Ah, dear.
I consigned this to, oh look, the Orcs are beating the absolute shit out of me again. So I didn't think this was going to go very well, and it's now not.
Oh, do you know what? I think you're much more cheerful when I'm not here. Shall I just not say anything for half an hour and let you cheer up?
It's just annoying. I haven't had a game yet this season where it's just worked. Really looking forward to playing a game where it's not bullshit. It really is. It's getting frustrating.
Yeah, Mipper's right. It's not like Geeks was doing you any great favours anyway. It's not like you're going to miss him. Good point. Well made, Mipper. Nightwind says you're gunning for Dark Elves in Champ Ladder again.
No.
Not for a bit. Let's give it another go later. But Dark Elves definitely seem to don't have it all their own way in Champ Ladder. They need a they need a TV of upper teens to really start working. But by the time you get there, then all your opposition is largely equipped to deal with them, and it's a bit catch-22, is what's been happening in practice. I'm not saying there's not ways around that. You could maybe TV manage the team so that instead of having wrestle, dodge, or blodge line elves, you've got vanilla ones that, and you know, they just get panned, but the TV's lower. You can maybe do that. Or you could take the attitude Frank Fox has just expressed that Dark Elves suck in Champ Ladder. Kinda, they do. Kinda. Puppy says his Geeks out. He is, mate. He's knocked out. He might come back. Yeah, the Orcs are doing exactly what we thought they might do and try and pile up the pitch. Okay, Tuco Lyman doing a good job there. Didn't die. Well done. Simondo says that most teams that aren't based around removing players aren't the best in Champs Ladder. There is plenty of evidence to back up that point of view, Simondo. I do see what you're getting at. I'd also throw in the mix, though, that Wood Elves can do very well in Champs Ladder. But then that's because you can get Wood Elves to work at a slightly lower team value because you're relying on 2 war dancers, maybe a catcher, maybe a thrower, and everybody else doesn't really matter. Ish, broadly speaking. Whereas Dark Elves' strength is that they all get blodge, and then a couple of them get guard, and one of them has mighty blow, and then you got some frenzy players, and all that stuff tots up to my team value is nearly 2,000, and that's where your problems start. Simondo, I'm not even going there. That's a can of worms. I'm not opening that one.
Yeah, we're getting to the stage where there's no point fighting the rest of this drive out. I may as well run away, because
yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah. one all at half time, and you receiving, no problem. What you need is some personnel left for the second half. So yeah, I agree.
Because we've just been
I don't think you can lie on the floor. I think you have to extricate yourself if possible, because if you just lie on the floor, he will gang foul you.
But yeah, four removals is just too much.
Well, we've got Berea, the dirty line orc, and he's not afraid to use his boots. So you know this. Stating the obvious, I know. But my supposition is he will keep throwing a foul each turn until Berea gets his marching orders. So, oi, referee, pay attention.
He's removed a player every turn that we've got to drive, and that included before he'd moved.
Oh no! Oh dear. That works for strength teams as well. To be fair, Puppy, that one bad match can finish them off as well. That we've seen that before. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. There is definitely plenty of reason to look at Champ Ladder and go, this is probably easy to consistently do well with if you're going to play Chorf. Yeah, I agree. So, something that can dish out the damage, take the damage, and do so at a not stupidly high TV is probably the most efficient, probably. Mama says, have we given up on Nurgle? No, mate, this is a league game, so the Nurgle will continue. Lyra Cian says, are you going for 11 journeymen as your team? We've only got a couple, to be fair. Is it worth counterfouling the Orc? We're all wondering. I mean, you can't, he's too far away, but would you think about it, or is it too few elves at the moment?
Yeah, I only had 12, and he killed one straight away, so I've now only got 11, and it's too much. It's too early. If I didn't have the 4 KOs, because we actually had a team, it would be a lot more manageable. I'm trying to not get Eldril knackered, because I've only got 12, and that includes Eldril. So I really don't want him to get hit, because you know what he's like. He'll get hit and go, "No, I'm not playing anymore."
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're having to be really sort of defensive and negative because of the way the game's playing out. You don't normally suffer this level of attrition. This is very, very high attrition.
Just saying. There's no point ringing you, is there? It's not like you're ever answering your phone.
My phone's broken. God, is there anything that works? Fucking hell.
Yeah, you tomorrow. Hey! Hi, Pop Rocks. Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Vamp Fox. Let's try to take the positives out of it. We are 1-0 up. We are winning. And Mrs. Davo might make a cup of tea. Don't do that face. Hey.
I might have a cup of tea in a bit.
Half an hour? I could
I'd
die.
still say this will be okay. Yes, you're down a lot of elves. Can't stop him scoring here, probably. But 1-0 at half time. If the KOs partially come back, every chance I think you can make it a cheeky 2-1, then hold out. Let's see what happens. Rattenblut says, oh God, channel your inner Jimmy. Thank you, Rattenblut. And how is Ava? She all right?
She's a bit grumpy today.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm half expecting to actually... no. Come on.
Ooh. Ooh.
Make me some food, please.
Hello. Yeah, Blackburn's right. You know, but the Orcs taking this track here, suddenly reaching the end zone's not quite so much of a certainty as I may have portrayed it. He's got 2 turns, sir. Yeah, unless he passes or hands the ball off, indeed, to go for it. I'd strongly suspect if it was me in this position, I'd be looking to hand off to a blitzer.
Yeah, that's what I was just pondering. Like, how do I stop him handing off to a blitzer at this point and getting a meaningful blitz off? The problem is I don't have any to tackle, and I've only got 5 players. Because I ain't going to get that guard guy out without luck. And I can't have Eldril at the front. This is... There is a 5-man fireball. I don't like that. I think holding the fireball here. I'd love to do the 5-man fireball, but as I'm not going to be able to turn him over and score on him, there's no point.
Berserk's actually, credit to Berserk here, he's done a good job insofar as, although the Orcs are quite bunched up, they aren't super mobile at the best of times. He has got a double screen there. So, a lightning bolt and Eldril alone will still struggle to get the ball. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's difficult. Whereas lesser players would maintain a 4-point cage, sorry. So you hypno one corner and then you're in. So credit to Berserk there that his defence is pretty robust. However, he does need to hurry up and get the ball forwards. I'm pretty now convinced that the way he'll do it is, or try and do it at least, is by handing it off to a blitzer.
Yeah, and I don't really want him to hand it off to a blitzer, but I don't see how I stop it. I don't, because I can't. I've got so few players. I can't do a lot.
Well, a couple of folks in the chat have pointed out the wizard, but again, you could, but it would have to be a fireball, and that's a real lottery of does it work or not. Whereas a surgical lightning bolt at a different point in the game might have a more guaranteed result, or a more reliable result, I should say. So no, I get your reluctance to spunk the fireball just yet. Mipper agrees with you. He wouldn't wizard here just yet either. I mean, one of the things that could become a reality is we don't know what Berserk is going to do exactly next turn. If it is hand off to a blitzer and then leg it, the fireball might be more useful. Oh, that was a nice dodge. Might be more useful next turn. We will see. Sage has just hosted us. Sage, thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much. So I don't want him going like massively wide. So I've put it so it's easier to come back inside, which is more bunched up, which is more wizardy, which is more better for us.
Well, Berserker has got two things he has to do: is get the ball forwards and then secure it to then score in turn 8. So he's going to have to bunch up somewhat, blitz one of those elves and run through the gap. So he's going to be bunched up by definition because of that. Yeah, I think he's going for the right elf here. Oh, okay, he's going down the sideline. Okay. Yeah, I can see why he'd want to do that. A little easier to defend. Okay, that makes some sense. OMG, no way is predicting turn 13 fireball. Could be. see what happens at the end of this turn.
I wish we'd got some more elves because I could do much more meaningful stuff if we had some more elves. I think it's just there's just so many orcs. I don't see how I get round this. It might even be better for us if he does score because I get 2 shots at the KO rolls then. So him scoring isn't devastating. I'd obviously prefer if he didn't, but not devastating if he does. Because the worst result would be he doesn't score, we don't get all the KOs back, and then the game plays out as a 1-1 because I didn't get any KOs back, and he turns me over relatively easy because there's only 6 elves left.
Yeah. Oh, Anarian has just hosted us up. Anarian, thank you very much indeed. How you doing, buddy? Sweden's national treasure. And welcome aboard, Anarian fans.
They call him Inarians, don't they?
I thought that was a kind of currency.
Yeah, maybe. I think they do call him Inarians, though. Okay, so I'm not going to go for this. It's too risky. Let's not bother. Let's go and make Eldril nice and safe.
You can punish a Black Orc.
Well, let's see if I can get one. How many elves have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4.
Well, Matombo, the eastmost Black Orc, you can just bring a couple
there.
in and smack in, can't you?
Sidestep one needs to go there. 6, 7, 8. 1, punch him out of the way. Odd one goes there.
He's a good Black Orc, that one, Shaq, isn't he? Block, guard, strength 5. Lovely.
Yay!
Yeah, since you scored, you've had not enough elves to actually do any of the paint delve screen business as well, of course. That's a factor. Hola, viajero. Hola.
Yeah, basically that's very, very, very true.
Yeah, so our expectation here is that he just moves Amdir out the way with a knock him down with a blitz. Mind, having said that, no, he does. Just moves him out the way and then runs past. But he does have to knock him over. Simply pushing him would not be good enough.
Well, it's remarkable. With 5 elves, we have put up some form of screen here.
He's got to roll some dice. Bun Bun Kitten. Oh, we've got another kitten. Bun Bun, welcome to the show.
Oh, God.
I'm sure we have not spoken before, so nice to make your acquaintance. Please meet kittens with fluffy mittens and steak mittens.
Oh, God. Oh, they're never here when you need them. Bun Bun Kitten, where are you from, by the way? And hello.
I'm sure steak mittens is here.
No, Statements, he's off not being here. Mrs. Davo, seriously, come on. Please, help us out. Please. You've sat there, you've had cake.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right, he isn't.
So looking after.
Steak Mittens was watching Herringzord. Izzy Helgen. Well, that's just fine. Sevia Hero. El Black Orco. Con Blodge A Sidestepo. I was just saying in Herringzord's stream earlier that I'm now fluent in Spanish, as you can see.
What?
Oh,
Nope. No
fail.
bueno.
Ah!
Yeah, but if he doesn't die, we can stand in the way.
Oh, correcto. Yes, you can. He's actually still doing a job.
Fall over, fall over, fall over, fall over. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Go on. Yes! Yes!
He's fallen over, look! Unbelievable, Jeff. That was a spot, look, wasn't it? There you were, all unhappy. Lyris Sean has just subbed 8 months in a row. Lyris Sean, thank you, old boy. Very much appreciated. Oh, harsh. Full berserk. But then you've done just enough. Just enough to make the Orcs roll some dice and a dodge fail. You know. Simple 3+. Got one. And it's
Wow.
That is a good one. Our touch is 100. Free Ava.
No, he doesn't cheer 100 to 3 over.
He just did.
No, he didn't.
Ali speaks Spanish as well. Hola, Ali, amigo. There you
Hola,
go.
amigo, vos candos.
Indeedos.
And everyone's like, vos candos? What does that mean? As many people look into Google Translate.
Viajero says, can you push somebody using chain pushes into range and score? What, from here? Bit of a long shot, mate. But hey, let's think positive.
Silly boy. It's because I messed that up. I blitzed from the wrong square. Right.
Oh, Nightwind's just cheered 25. He senses squad skills in your near future. Doesn't matter, does it? Half's over. Hey, pass.
Right. Lots of elves back,
Right.
please. Lots of elves back.
Right. Oh, and Ninja Ting says, just because T said I should share this, has just resubbed with
Woohoo!
Twitch
Yes!
2 months in a row. Ninja Tings, thank you very much indeed, dear heart.
We just got all 4 KOs back.
See? All working out all right in the end, isn't it? Oh, can you hear that kind of thudding noise? I think that's Berserk banging his head on the keyboard. Hard lines for your opponent here.
I'd say that he's had everything his own way, apart from probably the 2 most important things, which was at the very beginning, he tried to hand it off. Absolutely reasonable thing to do. Hand it off to a blitzer on a 3+ with a reroll, and it went 1 reroll 2.
Yep. We speculated that was a very viable move, but with some risk.
Yeah.
Very small risk. But it did bite him on the arse, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's sort of a 1 in 9 cost him a touchdown. And then he had the same option, was a 1 in 9. He got the knockdown which he needed, great, so it wasn't quite a 1 in 9. But then my guy was just in the way, and he failed another 1 in 9 to stop him scoring. So it's very unlucky in a lot of ways, but he did get a lot of damage. I wonder if, and what I don't know what you're thinking here, Zunk, maybe with such a commanding player advantage, he could have left himself a little less to do to score. Or is that being overcritical?
I think turning back and going back in the middle, with hindsight, he should have continued to press down one flank. Though, having said that, the general advice for Orcs when you're playing against Elves is don't go down the side, because it's a lot easier for Elves to screen off a side and then use the pitch edge than it is if you go down the middle, because then they've got to screen the full width. Ali says, just be glad he's not doing the traditional Scotsman abroad attempt at learning a language of playoff chaps in a very loud voice. Robin DeZone has arrived. Hello, Robin. How are you? Ninja Tings, I'm really good. And Andy was a little bit moany earlier, but he's cheered right up recently. So I think it's just when you arrived.
Yeah, it's actually
coincidence. Yeah, coincidence. I think not.
No, I don't think coincidence. I think real.
Thank you, Ninja. So it's all looking a little bit better right now.
6. I get the ball there.
Score quick.
Oh, massively score quick. Massively. Because 2-0 up, it's then a done deal, isn't it? In fact, I don't even need to blitz here. I can run round. So, right. So we're going to take this line elf here on the end. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can stand there. He can hand the ball to True Blue. He can stand there. So that's half the screen built. Now I need to get a player in here. Player in there.
And can I take this opportunity to say thank you very much for the follow, T. Pedersen. Welcome to the program. What does a T stand for? And also, T is with Ninja Tings and says hello. Hello, T. Aya Ari stockpile.
What? Where's the Pyleon one now? No. Block.
Ah, right, the T stands for Torben. Torben, hello, mate. How you doing?
2, 3, 6, 1. Blitz. 6.
Hi, Pathos Token.
Let's put you there.
Is there anybody who is MNG to come back to the High and Mighty, or is this it?
No, this is it. This is all 10 of them.
This is it.
Well, I do have 120k in the bank, but looking at this Orc team, I thought that it might go slightly wrong. Touchback. Well, in that case, True Blue, hold this. So on the basis that I thought it might go horribly wrong, it's an annoying.
Oh, that's handy, isn't it? That is handy.
What? Oh, the touchback. Yes.
Yeah. Can you get enough down that flank to screen it off so you can go and reliably score lickety split?
Not if they don't fall over. And you got guard. On the basis that they didn't just fall over, so we really badly rolled really badly there. We've got a problem.
It's a pretty good Orc team, this. Looking at the Black Orcs, are all quite interesting. We've got the Blodge Mighty Blow Sidestep Orc, who's nice. We've talked about Shag, the Strength 5 Block Guard Black Orc. He's quite handy. But, of course, he's also got a Block Guard Stand Firm Black Orc, Big Ben. Also nice and handy. He just really needs Matombo to get guard, and Black Orcs are looking pretty tasty bunch. I quite liked having tackle on a Black Orc. I know, call me mad.
No, I can get on that.
Good evening. Well, it was only one of them. I think it was Pidpad's least favourite Black Orc ever. I can't remember what the hell what he was called now, but he was Block Guard, Tackle, Stand Firm, Mighty Blow, I think was his skill set. And it was the Stand Firm Block Tackle that just made him such a nightmare for Elves. You basically he'd screen off an entire sort of section of the pitch by himself.
I'm going to struggle. We're going to struggle to score quickly here. It's really annoying. I really, really, really wanted to score quickly. Really wanted to score quickly.
If you cannot, is it the end of the world if you retreat a smidge and spread out? Because then, if you spread the Orcs out, then gaps present themselves, and then it's make a whole run through and happy days. You could do that.
Oh, it's really annoying. I need to go put someone in scoring range because then he's got to deal with them. So I'm going to have to do... Score. Oh, fucking hell.
Vax just done a great service to the OCC. He killed a plus strength, plus agility Dark Elf Blitzer. Whose was that, Aardvac? He must have been good at. Yes, and thank you for your services. The OCC thanks you. Oh, it's Keir Sheed's Dark Elf. I've played that team. Oh, it's that one. Yes. I remember him. Do you remember Keir Sheed's Freakazoid strength 4, agility 5 blitzer.
Have to roll better than this, Andrew.
He's playing, he's not listening. Pathos Taken says, any other games that I like other than Blood Bowl? Yes, I like... I used to play a lot of PlanetSide 2, though. I haven't for about a year. That was fun for a goodly while. Played a lot of that. I like Total War Warhammer 2. That's very good. I have been known to play Football Manager series. I haven't been recently. There's all sorts, mate.
Fucking hell, this is bad rolls.
To be honest, with streaming and work being the hours that it is, I don't have vast amounts of spare sort of time or enthusiasm to sit in front of the PC beyond the streaming. So I'm not really playing a lot else at the moment. Well, I've liked video games since I was 10 years old. You know, I was there popping 10p's into Space Invaders and hoping for an Atari 2600 console for Christmas.
Armour 7, I think, Eldrock, I think you have to keep that. They were some pretty bad dice, weren't they? My worry here is that well, at least it's bad dice. The bad dice continue for both of us. Is that we can't eke out a safe scoring threat. We then get smashed around a bit, and I then don't score. 2-0's great. I really want 2-0. Oh, he's 0-1-3 with a destroyed team. Oh dear, poor guy. Atari 2600. How did I have? Pole position. That was the one where the game actually the car stayed still and just did this, didn't it, and turned, but the pitch actually moved. The track. Yeah, to give the illusion.
It was an early racing game. Pole position wasn't great, but there were some really good games on the Atari. Asteroids was very good. Space Invaders I liked. Combat, quite a lot of fun to be had with Combat. I mean, for its time, Atari 2600 was brilliant, and it was one of the best consoles until the Amiga and Atari ST came along. I suppose you could say that the Commodore 64 and Spectrum nicked a bit of its thunder. Yeah, the Atari ST was good. I had an Amiga, but basically the same thing.
Oh, welcome back, everyone. Today's conversation is old computers. Are they worth it?
Hey? Yeah. What were we talking about before that?
Old computers.
No, before that I was going to say something. I forgot what it was now.
Commodore 64 with the inbuilt tape deck. Wow. Yeah, built-in tape deck distorter. Yes, boom. And I remember it used to load or not. So sometimes you'd put a game in and you'd go, please, we'll play that, and then it just crashed and didn't load. Just cause.
Oh, distorter. That sounds like a hell of a night. Taste testing whiskey. Nice.
It's a big reroll.
Yeah, I mean, original Elite on the BBC Model B was that was an excellent game. That was excellent. Very expensive though for the time the BBC. But I remember it was like 400 quid in the early 80s. Back when 400 quid was a load of cash. I mean, you buy a car for 400 quid. Admittedly, a slightly knackered one, but it would still be a car, you know. £20 for all the whiskey and taste. Bloody hell, Distorter, that is great value.
Has he left a double surf on? Ladies and gents, I think there's a clever play on here. You don't get to see them very often, but I think there's a clever play on here. So I'm looking at making a T shape because I can hypnogaze. If I can walk in directly behind the Orc Blitzer, we can then chain push into the thrower. The thrower goes against the side of the pitch. The line elf with sidestep stands up. The other one runs backwards and blitzes it off the field. Jobs are done. Seems like a sensible play, right? Right? But there might even be a better play. Thanks very much. Which is to stand directly in front of the thrower, block forward, and then block into the thrower and blitz off. I don't know.
This talk intrigues me, Andrew.
1, 2, 3.
Pray show us.
I'm going to try. If this hypnogaze works, this is it. I'm in.
Oh, that's disappointing. Would you try? I know it's academic in this situation, but would you prefer to hypnogaze Black Orcs rather than? Probably not. Advac says, "Did I hear about his amazing game in Blua this week?" Go on. What happened, mate?
These dice are getting
Did
boring.
you join Blua for a bit?
Boring.
Well, he means the dice, not Blua, by the way. Bloody hell! Advac won his league game 9-0. 9. No, I've never seen 9. 9. What are you playing with, Arvac? It's got to be something fast. Wood Elves Skaven? How did you manage 9? 9.
It's quite good, isn't it?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, Wood Elves against Goblins. Yeah, but still, 9's impressive. Even with a favourable matchup like that. Oh, that's right. We were talking about Planetside. Pathless Taken was saying he heard it was really good. Planetside is a mixed bag, mate. It is remarkable, and there's nothing quite like it insofar as its scale. So I think it a little bit like Battlefield, but on a much, much, much bigger scale. However, it could be so much better than it is. It's not without its flaws. But yeah, it is pretty much unique. There's not a game quite like it. And I really enjoyed the first one, and I played the second one. Oh, I mean, you're talking a couple of 100 days played, and I'm not unusual by any means in that. I wouldn't, probably not top 1,000 in terms of hours played of players. Exceptional game. Vieira says, what do I think the main flaws in Planetside are? To be honest, mate, I've not played it for about a year. So what the current hot topics are, but basically the big thing was Sony didn't really advertise it enough and then sold it to Daybreak Games, who really seemed to churn a lot of development time into just money-making stuff like new guns. Buy more guns, you know, rather than investing in new planets or continents to play on. Also, you could say that the shooting mechanics are, compared to some of the other shooters, aren't the best. They're okay, but they're not the best. They tend to go balancing issues that will bring something out, people will buy it, and then it will be awesome for a bit and then get nerfed. So there's all sorts of things. If you go onto forums, there's loads of discussions about what's wrong with Planetside, but it still remains on balance a remarkably good game. And Arian says, "Are we in Discord?" We are, mate. That is the link. If you want to pop by and say hello, you're most welcome to. No, but you can join the channel above, and I'll drag you down, mate.
Brah. Thanks. Did you just bring some more cake upstairs?
No, I didn't. And I'm in the kitchen.
No, that's mine. You've got 2 pieces.
Where?
Pedro said,
Oh,
would you take plus movement on a wolf as a second skill or just dodge? Movement on a wolf is very handy, mate. I'd hardly consider it.
1 minute.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can we introduce our special guest this evening, Mr. Anarian? How are you?
Hello, Sunken Andy. Andy, you are so spoiled. Wifey is delivering cake to you while you game. I get slapped.
Well, I'm waiting until baby Davo's born, Anarian. And
yeah, it will be a different story then.
Well, no. My guess is Andy's take on babysitting is that no, you go out, darling. I'll look after I'll look after Zunketa. Baby Davo's going to be called
Zunketa.
Zunketa. So little Zunketa, she'll be there in a cradle next to Andy, and he just rocks her every half an hour whilst he streams Blood Bowl. I can't see a flaw in that plan.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I just had my assistant coach assisting me in the previous game. He almost ate the mic, so he was sitting in my lap. It didn't go well. I got diced as well, so it didn't matter. It was fun. So, how's it going this Friday evening?
We got off to a bit of a whingy start, but he's rallied, and this looks like he's going to win. I think it's not in the bag, but it's going all right. Here's a question. You can field this one whilst I go and make a cup of tea. Robin asks, what do we think about Amazons? And Arian, over to you. I'm making a cup of tea. Amazons, go.
Oh, there's such a drag. Too much dodge from the get-go and blood from the blitzers. So they are a pain in the ass to face. That's my thought about them, I guess. I don't like them. I don't play them. I hate playing against them. I hate Amazons more than dwarves. At least you can outrun the dwarves. As a fling.
Yeah, that was acceptable.
And we're back. Putterland has arrived. Hello, Putterland. Mystic John's there. All right, John. How's it going? Congratulations on the football, John. Oh, Baz has arrived. Sorry, Baz, I saw you arrived earlier and I didn't say hello. You what, San? And how's your day going, Aaron? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I just started a game here. I'm trying to start a new Woody team in the champ ladder. So that's why I'm quiet a bit. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Are you going big star for the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, but I don't have that much time as of late. 2 kids kind of eat up your time.
Yes, I can imagine. For any of you who don't know who Anarian is, shame on you. And Anarian is one of the most successful Blood Bowl players on the circuit, having won Cynide's Champ Ladder in spectacular fashion, by the way. Link here below. You'll find the best game of the year on the popular uploads on that channel. That's Anarian. Hell of a game. Also, Coca-Cola champion twice.
Oh, I don't remember. I was in Division 1 for a couple of seasons, like 10, 12, before I quit. I was probably the champ the first 2 seasons, and then I runner-up a couple of seasons, and yeah. It was a long time ago.
I seem to remember back in Blood Bowl 1, you and me seemed to be in Division 2A of OCC for just seeming like all the time. Number of times my Orcs played your Wood Elves. The saviours of Athel Lauren. God damn 'em, bloody elves. You're very quiet, Andy. You're all right.
Oh, I'm just cheering about the double one that's going to cost me a draw. Stupid game.
Oh yeah.
The thrower's got dodge as well.
Oh, he's dropped it. Look. You still got the wizard.
I know. I'm hoping.
I think it'd be all right. Jelly Albo says, "What ball is that?" It is. Actually, it's different for me because I'm watching on my version. Which ball are you broadcasting there, Andrew?
I don't know. I can't tell because the Orc's got it in his hand, and the animation's really low down.
Oh yeah, he's not showing us the ball, is he? He wants to hang on to that. I've got the devil ball. You know, the sort of red. Looks a bit like a squashed squig. Wormthrax is here. Hello, Wormthrax. Wormthrax says, how's the Champ Ladder run going? Is it going at all? One win with the Nurgles?
No,
That's about it?
We played some more yesterday. Won the next 2 and lost 1. Was pitch cleared by someone pretty much. They didn't have Mighty Blow, of course. They just pitch cleared us. I am going through a period of absolutely bizarre dice at the moment. I can only describe it as just bizarre.
And Arian Calzady says, when are you going to coach him? Bun Bun Kitten says, thanks for making the match more interesting, Andy. And Arvac says, Sage only drew this week in OCC Champion Division. So even a draw keeps you up in the running, which is, fair play.
True, but not. I would have taken before this game started. I did look at this one and thought that this game was one of the ones that is a high risk game. However, it would have been from a 1-0 up. It would have been nice.
Ooh. Robin, thank you very much indeed. Robin the Zones has just subbed for the first time. Thank you very much, Rob. Welcome aboard.
Thank you kindly.
Well, going back to the Champ Ladder team, 301 for Nurgle. Baz says isn't bad. I'm with Baz on this. That if you gave me 4 games with Nurgle, given that I'm probably Nurgle one of the teams that I'm more attuned to playing, I don't think 301 would be that easy to get. Certainly not 400, just because Nurgles are so very limitedly shite at the start. So are you unhappy with that?
No, I'm not. I'm genuinely not, actually. Right, lightning bolt, come on. Bang. Where's the ball going? Not terrible. Okay.
Well, if Eldril Hightower, the line elf, is feeling cooperative, he could pick the ball up and throw it to Syringe go 2-0 up, but you will need to roll some 4s for that. Oh, well done, Geeks. Striking terror in the heart of Orcs everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! Now, Eldril Rondon throws to Hightower. Hightower runs off, screens ball, game over. So, this we now do. All he's got to do is make a simple 2+ dodge. Got tackle on him. Simple 2+ dodge. Pick up the ball, short throw, off you go.
Yeah, off you trot.
So what? 2+, 3+, 2+, done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that. It might not even be a 3+ throw. He is a high elf thrower after all.
Yeah, it's 3s, unfortunately.
2+, 3+ with a reroll, 2+, done. So very doable.
Oh, hugely, unbelievably doable. Outrageously doable.
It's in the bag, isn't it? Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, very, 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 very doable.
I'd do it next.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else, anything that go for it.
Yeah, talking about the Nurgles in Champ Ladder, that is a factor that you know that Poopok will just play the hell out of them. So you're probably looking to finish second, but you never know. Oh, not the long bomb. Do the shorter pass to the nearer elf there.
I can't. It's a long bomb. I was actually looking at. It's a go for it to then throw it to A, the right elf, and B, the guy I can screen off. Then I have to actually roll dice. No, let's do the elf I can actually do it to.
Hey, Loggy Crux says recently quit playing Blood Bowl. Oh no, because he felt the frustration was overwhelming the enjoyment. But whenever he watches a stream, he gets the urge to play again. What should I do? I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship that I can't believe. Well, Andy playing Blood Bowl, so you don't have to. Do what I do, Loggy Crooks, and just watch. Hi, Des. How you doing? Oh, Simondo says 22-16-6 was the second place Nurgle last season. Well, 22-16-6, very beatable record. It depends who's playing them, because you're right, Poopok's probably going to, but it depends who else. Remember when the Skaven run, that the record that you'd had would have qualified virtually every season, 0 to now, except the season in which you played. That it was a Skaven 1, 2, 3 at the top of the ladder. So you never know. We'd talked about this, and we reckon it's entirely possible that the Nurgle just won't get enough games in, full stop. But we'll see. Oh, Starvin Darwin's here. Hello, Starvin. How you doing? Apparently, Phil Neville just ran on to help a Welsh player with cramp, and he got a stern talking to from the ref. What's Phil Neville doing watching Wales?
I don't know.
Just helping out Ryan Giggsy, was he?
Yeah, probably.
Well, the thing with Pupok and Crucifer is it's not that they're utterly invincible. They're both very good players, but they do have endless amounts of time to throw at it. So if they ain't winning, they can just keep trying until they are. So, and that's the hard bit. Is getting enough games in to be in the spot if you don't have the unlimited time.
Last season, Crucifer did three 40-something game runs in Champ Ladder. 3. Now, I reckon we could probably pull together... Well, we've done 2.5 when we've had no league matches to play. But 3 just knocked him out, and he was like, chorf, chorf, chorf. So it's getting silly that he just qualifies with chorf.
Yeah, I'd back's right. They're playing 3 or 4 games a day. That is it, isn't it? It's an average of 3 and a bit games a day over the full 6 weeks. Which, nothing wrong with that. It's just being realistic. Not everybody can do that, unfortunately. Oh, right. It was a women's game of football, and the player didn't want Phil Neville to touch him, and he was a little bit handy. So Phil was being Uncle Bad Touch, was he? Oh, dear.
Right, here we go. Woohoo! Survived. Now Berserk's got to decide. Does he throw his last reroll at this? He does, and it doesn't bring him down.
Done.
Maybe.
Ninja Ting says those are only the ones that he kept. I think we're talking about Crucifer's chorfs there, not the ones that he restarted. And that was from T. Good, yeah.
No, I joined the Discord channel with Andy and Sunk. Sorry, I just replied to a guy that asked me a question. Sorry.
I was like, the game has a mind of its own.
I'd forgotten you were still there, mate, to be honest. Hello, bud. Good to see you.
Sorry. Well, I should leave, actually, so I can focus on the game. So catch you guys later.
Thank you for dropping by. We are always honoured
cheers.
to be gifted with your presence. Good luck, old boy.
Yeah, you too,
Absolutely.
guys. Bye-bye.
Goodbye!
Cheerio. That was an hour in, folks. Jimmy says he isn't bad. What, Phil Neville? He is, Jimmy. He's a very naughty boy. You shouldn't touch ladies who don't want to be touched, Jimmy. I think we all know that. Grey Centaur has just hit the follow button. Thank you very much indeed, Grey Centaur. Welcome to the show. Well, you played Crucifer quite a few times, haven't you? And he's certainly a pretty decent player. I mean, he's got to the finals of Champ Ladder, or at least the latter stages, on a fairly regular basis. So, no, it's not that. It's just frustrating that you can't make a dent if you're trying to qualify with the same team, just because you keep going until he wins. But this isn't me having a right old whinge. It's just observationally true. Oh, Battle of the Killers there.
Right, it's not the right elf, but in this game, 2-0, absolutely the right elf.
Bathurst Satan, how many champs playoffs has Crucifer won? I don't know, actually.
1, I think. Has anyone ever won it? Oh, Ducky's won it more than once, hasn't he?
Yes, Ducky has, hasn't he? I think any of the folks who played in the Champs Ladder, particularly in the finals, would agree that it's not just raw talent. You need to have a rub the green as well, because on the day, the best player in the world is going to lose if Nuffle decrees it so. I think you need to A, be good enough, but B, also have enough fortune to carry you through.
Yeah, that's very true.
Baz works on the basis that if they say no, do they really mean it? I always thought if they don't call the police, it's probably love. How long you been married, Baz? Viper says, as it's now pretty much game over, what about sticking Eldril on the line?
Because he's got 4 turns, so he's got to score a 2-turn touchdown. So I'm trying to prevent the 2-turn touchdown. And yeah, if we can prevent the 2-turn touchdown, should be all right here. He's obviously setting up for the 2-turn touchdown now, with the thrower all very deep.
Ardvac says any reasonable player can stomp randoms in Champ Ladder with 1800 chuffs. You should play in one of the competitive leagues, see how he does there. Well, honestly, if you took that sort of play that you talked about, Ardvac, I think he'd do all right. I don't think he'd necessarily win it, but he'd probably live in the upper tiers because he's good enough and chuffs are competitive enough that he'd probably float around at the second tier, getting the top tier occasionally, that kind of thing. So what you're saying, Baz, is that eventually she did call the police. Oh, unlucky, mate. Oh, Baz, I wanted to check. They were talking on the radio today that folks down in London are living in fear, what with all the knife crime and stuff. Apparently, all the ute is going out and man is getting stabbed with ting, and all that's going on.
Tings is going out and stabbing things.
How's it down your end? No, not ninja tings. Ting. It's what the utes have got.
The utes? Oh, like those special cars in Australia.
No, the young people.
Oh, okay.
So is it all right round your end, Baz, or is it all kicking off?
Ooh, sidle step.
No, they call themselves Ute, man. No, sorry, no, Anto, I checked this, mate. Listen, John said, try living in America.
I went for 2 weeks, but I got rather fat.
So Baz is in Camden and he's had 6 in one day, 2 deaths. It's getting out of hand, isn't it? What's going on, Baz? Is it just that the kids are all getting a bit leery, or what?
It's got to be. It's got to be. Surely, it's got to be. Tit for tat. Gangland criming. Surely.
Well, what they were speculating about on the news article I was watching was that what the kids are doing is joining gangs because it's easier to join a gang than it is to get into college, and that's basically what happened. Oh dear, Andy's chinned. You all right, son? He's fine.
Safe. If you look at the numbers, it's always business bad. Oh, is it because the media have just got nothing else to talk about, so they talk about 50 people dying in London every year? I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of you in London. And so, statistically, 50 people probably will die every year.
Still a lot, though.
I don't know. I wonder how many murders New York or Sydney or Chicago have.
Sydney?
All right. Apparently, I'm not allowed to include Sydney. Apparently,
I'm just wondering why you did, because New York, yep, okay. New York has been fairly high on, if you want to get murdered, go there.
It's mainly as May stopped the stop and search because of all the racist police. Oh. Yeah, unlucky Left Pal, you must have just been talking to Mrs. Davis. She's just said we've apparently overtaken New York.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If the police are using stop and search to take knives off kids that are off to go and stab somebody with them, and by coincidence, most of the kids who have knives are of an ethnic background that isn't Caucasian, how is that racist? It's more that coincidentally the people with the knives happen to be of colour, you know. So you catch-22. If you get too politically correct about it, then the police won't stop and search and take the knives off them and prevent the murders. Now, this isn't saying that only the black kids or only the Asian kids or whatever are doing this, but proportionately, that is the highest. What's the word? Percentage they were saying in the news article today of both victims and perpetrators were of, you know, in the minority. What am I trying to say? You know, of that background. So catch-22. And in fact, on the radio, they put the question. They had one of the senior police guys on and saying, "Well, look, would you ever say in a briefing, we've got intel that this gang of XYZ nationality is getting tooled up to do this? Go and look for them and search them. You know, anybody fitting that profile?" And he said, "Well, no, you can't, because if you explicitly said that, you could interpret it as the police are targeting blah, 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 blah. So, you know, how do you win? That's the problem, Aratak. It is a disproportionate number of stops for the non-whites versus whites. But then the statistics that they're starting out from are that the white kids statistically aren't carrying as much knives and aren't being in as many gangs. It's not to say that there's none, but they're just more. You see what I mean? And so this is where everybody scratches their heads and goes, what do we do now? Well, yeah, Baz, quite agree. I mean, it's unlikely that a 60-year-old Chinese woman is going to be off to go and do a stabbing, isn't it? But that's nothing really to do with her being Chinese, more that she's a 6-year-old woman. I don't know what the solution is. I do think they just need more cops on the streets. That the biggest deterrent to don't do this is you're going to get caught. And at the moment, I think there's a lot of the gangs wandering around going, police ain't going to catch us. And so, hence, we're getting this escalation. Noando says it's also sexist because it targets men. Kinda, but then it's also basically because it's the men that are wandering around stabbing each other rather than the women. So, sexist? Maybe. Marsam says, dunno, have you seen Crouching Hidden Dragon? All right. There are some 60-year-old Chinese women who are probably dangerous, get a bit naughty. But generally speaking...
Well, to be fair, there's a couple of that are even older. I mean, your mum, she's very dangerous. I've seen what she can do with a computer. It is scary.
She hasn't got a knife, though.
No, but she really can make a mess with a computer, can't she? I mean, it can start off completely working, and then... Well... and then there was the time she hacked the Pentagon, of course.
Well, my solution has been to just not live in London so far, which I know isn't particularly a global fix, but it works for me.
I don't know, I actually quite like that as a solution. I'd never go and live in London, ever.
Baz, if it gets too hairy, mate, just come and stay for a bit, mate. We've got a spare room. Put you up. Aratak, I totally hear what you're saying, mate. You're absolutely right. But that's the thing. What do you do? That's one of the downsides. That if you're targeting the folks that tend to be in the frame for doing this stuff, you end up targeting the folks who aren't white, and that becomes then a thing. And then does that make it worse that you get the kids sort of not liking the police, though. Imagine that, young people and the police having disagreements. That's never happened before. Yeti says, have you been to that London? I have been, Yeti. Yes. Marsam says, live in Glasgow, lovely place, no issues at all. But, yeah, I suppose. Ali, what's happened to your icon, mate? You didn't you have one of them blue square things? You've lost it.
Blue square. Oh yeah, yeah. It used to be Twitch priming. Not anymore.
No, I didn't. I wasn't talking about subbing. I was meaning Twitch Prime icon. That's nothing to do with being a sub. That's Twitch Prime thing. Just noticing Ali being iconless. Calzadi said he's just rolled 11 on a block Croxigore. Does he have a laugh and take agility? No. Basically, take guard. Oh, it's back now, Ali.
That is really weird.
That is weird. Yeah. No, it's all back now. Twitch being funny. So anyway, that was the hard-hitting politics corner of the show. Moving on now, we've got the cookery section. What's for tea, Andy?
I don't know. Cookery section. What is for tea? Oh, apparently that was tea. Is there any? Should we get someone else to live in to make food?
Excuse me?
Bloody hell!
Hello.
Really?
Hello.
Did that just happen?
Quick, duck! Whack.
Frank says in Glasgow the police search you and make sure that you do have a knife, and if you don't, they give you one. Frank, you go, here you go, Paul. You'll need this. By the way, here's a voucher for the lad selling the smack.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm so hungry.
I'm not hungry at all. I had 2/3 of a curry that I had left over from yesterday.
I
Oh, baby Davo says hello, mummy and daddy. He means you and Ava, I think.
I hope so. It'd be a bit weird otherwise. Oh, it's quite tiring, isn't it? Oh, this blood bowl.
Kingsville says for jaywalking, one of the cops chatted with him whilst the other had his gun in his friend's face. Guess the difference. Orlensis, cheers. No, he doesn't. Even better than that. 3 months in a row, sub, and just says zung, zungity, zung, zung. Thanks, Orlensis. Marsam, who'd have thought? In Edinburgh, if you see a man walking down the street with a golf club, he is often on the way to play golf. What, as opposed to Glasgow? Soxy, you are not alone. We have many Glaswegian viewers. Necthenian says in Birmingham he never goes out without his strap. Necthenian, do you have your hat with the razor blade sewn in the brim? Just to kind of, get on the bandwagon. Oh dear. Ali says Groove Sports do have a suspiciously high rate of sale for cricket bats for the non-existent Easterhouse and Drumchapel cricket clubs. T knows that shop. Well, Sedge Boy, Canterbury is quite a nice place, though, isn't it? You don't have that much in the way of bother in Canterbury, do you?
No, it's alright, don't worry.
Sorry, I'm just remembering Promised and Niall. How's the game going, by the way? We got distracted by
2-1.
Politics Corner.
2-1.
Yeah,
we double one when they
That's
go
all right,
for it.
isn't it?
It could have been 3-0 and we could have levelled a blitzer, but it's a win. And in the champ ladder, in the championship, I take a win over anything else at this stage. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to get 3-0, especially as Pidpad completely caved to Sage in day one and lost 6-1. I don't know how he managed to do that, but
Who did that?
Pidpad got beat 6-1 by Sage. I don't know what he was playing at.
One of them days?
No, because we need to come in.
I mean, Sage is playing Wood Elves, so, you know, with a fair wind, you can get a basketball score. And Pid's playing... What's Pid playing again this season? I can't remember.
Birds.
Birds.
I wanted to blitz from behind to push into the guy, not have the ball bounce in a really shit location.
Well, but isn't the Pid's team are past champions, aren't they?
They won it twice in a row, yeah.
Yeah. So one of them days. But Pid's a jolly good player. But then, you know, so Sage. So, you know, shit can happen. Well, you see, Oxford's not that safe, Baz, because, I mean, look at Inspector Morse, made a career out of solving murders in Oxford. Bloodbath. Like, next best thing to Midsummer. Still enjoying watching hard-hitting Northumberland crime drama Vera. It's either's been a murder. How pet did you kill him? You're under arrest.
Oh, where's Eldril? Oh, he got smashed in the face. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm not going to get 3-0 now. Needed to throw it to stay on his feet.
Yeah, Niall's got the right take on it. That 3 points and nobody's dead. So, you know.
This is just me being greedy, wanting more. That was all.
John's asking, has the quality of the resolution improved? It has, John. We got partnered a couple of months ago, mate. So you're now up to 1080p.
Am I even going to get
Which I watch quite a lot of YouTubes on the big telly, John, and I can notice the difference. It is very clear, isn't it? Not so much if you've got it on a small device or maybe it's a computer monitor. Oh, now Baz, you're talking proper telly there. The Sweeney, especially considering it was the 1970s, was a proper good telly show. Do you remember the Sweeney, Andy, or was that before your time?
before my time, I think.
I mean, I was little when it was on. My dad used to like the Sweeney. Nuggies, g'day, mate. How's it going down under? How's Natalie? Ben, get to you, buddy.
disappointing. That's quite disappointing.
Absolutely right, Ali. And is the Sweeney not on that much these days because it was a bit non-PC in places? I'm guessing that might be it. Because you'd sort of think there'd be lots and lots of Sweeney repeats, but there isn't. It's not on telly very much. Oh no, Nurgus is a bit tired. What's happened, mate? Oh, it's on ITV4, right? Okay, I'll go and look it up, Ali, because I do like a lot of box sets. I've been watching a lot of hard-hitting crime drama box sets. I'm currently alternating between rewatching all the Morse stuff, which, by the way, the first season or so actually was a bit clunky. You forget how old it is, but then picked up. And like I say, I've been watching Brenda Blethyn's portrayal of no-nonsense Northumbria cop Vera Stanhope. Oh, pet, don't kill anybody, otherwise I'll arrest you. Eee, she says. Eee. So Nurgus has done 3 12-hour night shifts. Yeah, well, Jesus, mate, that'd do it. 12-hour night shifts. Nuamto says, are you doing any more humans in the foreseeable, Andy? Quite like humans.
Yeah, but not for a while.
I think it's difficult to tell quite how thick and fast the World Cup games are going to come. Do you know yet what the schedule's like?
We've just started actually arranging them. One sec,
Right.
I'll put the link in because I have updated the Google Sheet actually. So if you
well
guys
done.
want to see how we're getting on World Cup wise, you can do.
John's just started watching Whitechapel on Netflix. I think I watched that one, John. I think it was one of those that during the dark year of unemployment, where I basically watched the whole of Netflix. I think it got caught up in that.
So I've just linked the World Cup spreadsheet. So if you're interested in when I've got games and how we're getting on, that sheet there will tell you. The only ones we're now waiting for is I'm waiting for a ticket from Iron Phoenix. Gav Coleman in UK will be able to sort his self out. Twitch will be happening on the 15th of April and RPS. But some of the games are in, and in fact one of the games is actually physically scheduled in. So on Sunday we have our very first World Cup qualifier game. That's on Sunday the 8th of April, so if you guys are interested you can actually check when I'm playing World Cup games. That is against BJJ Hero, or Grumpy as you know him. He is a very good coach who plays Wood Elves predominantly, so that'll be a very hard game.
Oh, and by the way, have you seen who picked up the MVP? Oh, he's the best player on the pitch. Lolithar.
God. Okay. Oh, we did 3 armor breaks. Bloody hell. Who'd have thought that? 3. Wow.
You can't win. You've just won. This is fine. Won. No one's dead. Tick. Big smile. There you go.
16 star player points is alright, isn't it? It's alright.
Yeah. Do you need a new elf?
Probably, actually.
Oh, well, you've got the list. Have a look.
Oh, shit.
What do you want? I don't need to open it, do I? I mean, not only can you have a look, you can copy paste the name in.
Yeah,
So there
that's
you
true.
go.
I need to do something about the formatting.
And folks will get to see what the list looks like, actually live on the show.
No, I'm not
Imagine
putting,
that.
I'm not putting the list on.
Why not?
Because I put some other things on sheet 2 of the list, that's why. Have a look.
Fine. What, candid snaps, eh?
No.
Nudge, wink, know what I mean?
Oh, Mike the Machine. He's got a preference. You're the next up to be an elf. You or Dalchi. Or Marnus Stoop. Either of you guys in. Now, Mike the Machine has top billing. Are you? I need Thingy to confirm the score. He hasn't actually confirmed it. Mike, are you around? Do you want to be on this team? Because we've got on the sheet a note saying you prefer to be in Champ Ladder. So, do you want to be in? Yeah, okay. Right. Never mind. We will hold your space. You can be on a Champ Ladder team. Yeah.
So I always thought that the Perpetual Leagues, the OCC and the UK Bubble teams was a more coveted slot because you've basically got endless lifespan, whereas Champ Ladder lasts 6 weeks and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Not trying to sell it here, Mike, but if it was me...
Who have we got next week? MD4.
Mipper says, is he on the list? Helgen is a list administrator. Helgen, are you available to check Mipper's position on the list, old boy? Ramaset, hello, mate. Oh, how's Damien? Is he all right?
1910. We might be better off not buying it, you know.
Rex points out, isn't one of the 10 commandments, do not covet thy neighbour's slot? You're absolutely right, Rex. That would be terrible.
All right. Mike, I'll hold off because I'm actually going to need to do some computation